Hello everybody out there in TV land. You have reached Latino Talk TV. My name is Javier Perez. I'm your host, and we have a very special guest host today, Miss Elaine Gracia, who we're going to be talking, well, Elaine is going to help me, she's guest host today, but we're also going to be talking about, she's the new chair for NHPO, and we'll probably talk to you see what NHPO has going on near the end of the show.
That sounds great.
Elaine, thank you for being here. I know we always get you here at the last minute, and Elaine's already ready to go on.
Right. Yeah, he just calls. I'm just down the street having a taco, so why not?
And we're going to be talking with Gloria Zendeno.
Thank you for the invite.
And of the Zendeno family. That's a great musical family.
Big fan.
Big fans of her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, big fans. And Norma Zendeno, of course, was your sister-in-law.
That's correct.
We're going to be talking to her about Barrio Dogs. We're going to have Kelly Kronfeld. Isn't that a cool name? Kelly Kronfeld. She's going to be talking, and her and John Virden, we're going to be talking about some of the charitable artistic type works, programs that are going on in the East End. Are we going to talk to your husband, Oscar?
Why not?
I see him over there. Hey, Oscar. We might drag Oscar in here just for the heck of it. Huh?
We might. Depends.
I tell you, hey, what a beautiful day today, huh?
It's gorgeous.
Man, it was something.
Can't get more perfect than today.
Oh,
Love it.
Man, these are those what they call them Chamber of Commerce days.
Chamber of Commerce days?
Yeah, it's like this all the time. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Houston, no, it never gets over 89, never. Yeah.
You know, I defend Houston all the time on this kind of weather. I mean, we have a couple months that really stink.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but the rest of the years.
It's great here, man. It is really great.
You can't get, I don't care what anybody says, Corpus Christi does not have better tacos than Navigation. Oh. We don't. There isn't. So we have the best tacos, we have the best weather, we've got the best people, we've got the best mayor. I'm going to do an affirmation video. I just realized we got the best of everything, right?
Elaine, I tell you, you know, I was born in L.A. I was born in Eastless. And you know what? You could keep L.A.
Right.
You can keep L.A. Give me Houston any day of the week.
Too.
And twice on Sundays, because Houston is just such a great place to live. I mean, LA always has that. If you're ever up in the mountain, I mean, if you're ever up in the hills,
sure.
I mean, everything has a brown tinge to it.
It does.
It is nasty. That
smog
is nasty over there. Now, of course, it's great weather, but you know, heck, 10 months out of the year, we got great weather too. So,
right, and you got to pay people for a smile over there.
Oh,
right?
Man,
that's what I hear.
If you're not tipping them, they ain't smiling.
You know, let's talk some of the I guess hot topics that are going on this week. Man, I mean, if you stay out of the loop, if you don't look at the news for a couple of days, you miss all kind of in the presidential election. What the hell was Trump thinking? Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness! You know what? If I had that many skeletons in my closet, I would not have run for president.
Do you really?
He had to have known that this stuff was going to come out.
Because it doesn't matter. Because he is targeting the people who are sick and tired of the system. These are the people that just want to give the middle finger to the establishment. They don't care what he did or has not done or what he says or doesn't say, what experience. They just want the establishment to know that they're sick of it. And unfortunately, it might be the expense at a majority of the population. And that's what I wish people would get shaken up about, because, you know, I'm a registered Republican. You know, I voted in the primaries, and I just can't fathom it. I can't do it. But I understand why everyone's so upset. I understand they're sick and tired of what the Republicans. Let's just face it.
But you know what? Yeah, but I think they're putting the blame on Obama.
Sure.
And how can you blame him when it's the obstructionism that said they weren't going to work with them from day one?
Yeah, and this is true.
Put the whole blame on him.
And I think that's why Republicans have just been. Everyone's kind of torn, because we know that, you know, our Congress and our Senate didn't do their job. They just didn't do their job.
Yeah. And
they didn't do the job because they just were not going to agree to anything.
Yeah.
And because of that, our country suffered. I'm an independent voter now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to vote. I'd never vote straight party. I haven't voted straight party in the last 3 elections anyway.
Yeah.
But that is what the issue is. They didn't do their job, so now everyone's so mad at them. But if I'm if I've been a Republican for the last 2 decades, it's hard for me to say now I'm not a Republican, so I'd rather just throw the middle finger out at the establishment and vote for something like Trump than to be objective about it.
You know, I think there was was it either the Washington Post or the Times, I'm not sure which one, but they said that right now, and as far as polling wise, 82% of Latinos are going to go with
Absolutely.
with Hillary.
Absolutely.
With Hillary Rodham Clinton, and
I'm one of them.
And my question was, what the hell's wrong with the other 18%? My God, you know what? Every time that I've gone against racism, I have never had a racist, and I've a couple times. I remember one time when I was growing up, I was at Garner State Park, and there was a redneck sitting at the top of the chutes. Used to be outside the park on the Frio River where people would go, and you'd jump in, it'd shoot you out one of those culverts, and you come out, and it was so much fun. There was a redneck standing there and telling the Mexicans, "Hey, get out of the water, you bunch of greasers,"
Yeah.
And I mean, this guy was like 6'5" and just and
intimidating,
just bullying a bunch of kids.
Right.
He never asked me if I was a citizen. I've never had anyone I've dealt that has been racist toward me ask me, "Oh, are you a citizen?" Hell no, they just look at the color of your skin, and they start with the racist rants. You know, why would you? And one thing, if you tell me you're something, I'm gonna believe you.
Right.
So everything that Trump has told me, I believe him.
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he doesn't like Mexicans. I'm sure he doesn't like Muslim. I mean, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But why would you? I just can't fathom that. If he doesn't like your heritage, why would you back this man for president? Be the leader of the free world? My goodness.
I think
and I'm getting upset because my voice is getting high pitched now. So okay.
I totally understand how you feel, and I have felt the same way. So that's not unusual that you feel that way. I think what's really wrong is that there's going to be racists in every race. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm Hispanic, but my skin isn't brown, and yet so I'll have racism from my brown counterparts.
That is a natural hair color.
It is.
Right. Yeah.
and so I have my brown brothers and sisters will be racist against me, thinking that I'm white. I'll be in, and it's funny because I'll be, I'll go to a quinceañera and I'm in the restroom and they're like, "Ay, ¿quién se cree este gringo?"
Yeah, este gringa.
And, it's like, "Hey, I'm related to you." It's like, so I know what that's like, but I also, because of the color of my skin, have been able to experience what's considered white privilege. I can walk into a store and I can complain and people are going to listen, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so at one point, people start getting sick and tired of that. Mm-hmm. But let's face it, there's racists in all races, including our own.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have I heard our own race be racist against other?
Yeah. Mira la güera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's not right. Yeah. But there's gonna be that percentage, and I think that's what's wrong. Everyone that I feel that is like passion, has this passion with Trump that is not, that is of ethnic origin, I think has a racist inner self, whether they hate themselves or their own race, or, look at that guy about, I don't even want to mention his name, but the one who talked about, taco trucks on every corner.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have those.
I said, I'm in.
I know, me too. I was like, yes.
Cool.
I thought that was great. But you're going to have that, and I think that's what that is. They're deep down inside racist. And then, of course, you have the Rio Grande Valley. It's a whole different animal. They're dealing with the smuggling. They're dealing with the drugs. They're dealing with the human trafficking. They're dealing with all that, and they want it stopped. So the only one that's ever said that they're going to stop it is, let's face it, Trump.
Yeah.
So there's some hope for them. So I think, there might be some different classes everywhere with it, but deep down inside, I think most of it's just racism and fear. Yeah. If I've been the boss forever, absolutely. I've been the boss forever, and now all of a sudden I may not be the boss. Mm-hmm. That might be scary for me.
Yeah, like our good friend Dr. Larry Payne says, power is taken.
Yes.
It's never given.
It's never given.
You got to go and take it.
And that's why I'm here today. I'm here today.
You know what? And folks, I'm sure if you've tuned in before, we're anti-Trump here. and only my thing, if he would have stuck to the issues and tell me, you know what, we need to strengthen our border, I dig that. I understand what he's trying to say.
Right.
But don't sit there and tell me that Mexico is sending the worst people, because I tell you, there are some fantastic people. And then we go back to Dr. Kleinberg, Dr. Stephen Kleinberg,
Yes.
from Rice, sociologist
Yes.
from Rice University. And what did he say? He said, man, you close the borders today. You close the border. You send back. He said, you start sending back people, it would decimate
Yes, it would.
the Texas economy.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the United States economy.
And I was,
you can't do that.
And I was talking to a restaurant owner who happens to be Anglo-Saxon and actually British heritage. And she was telling me that she was going to vote for Trump, and she owns a restaurant. And I looked at her and said, have you seen your kitchen lately?
Yeah.
You know, what's going to happen to you in your restaurant once he comes in? Have you thought about that? Do you have stocks in the market? Because you need to expect those to take a dive. Do you realize that the rest of the world's watching and they don't like what's happening? And she just kind of looked at me and,
Yeah.
But and she's, you know, she owns a restaurant.
You know, and I tell you folks, you know, I know you think that we're you know, we have tried very hard to get pro-Trump people here. We've had one guest, we've had Rafael Acosta, who ran for county judge here probably about 10 years ago and almost won. They had a real good show, and Rafael Acosta owns many of the restaurants. You know, he's a big Latino Republican.
Right.
And, you know, he'll be the first to tell you, he goes, Trump is not, you know, he's ready to dump, you know, he was ready to dump Trump when he got
What about Orlando Sanchez?
Yeah, Orlando's gritting his teeth, I think, you know.
Yeah, well, he is.
You know, he's gritting his teeth, but, you know.
So is
it's
Marco
Orlando,
Rubio.
yeah.
So is, you know, I think people, yeah.
And Orlando was the top getting vote getter from Harris County for Latino voters.
Sure.
You know, and I think Orlando has really done a lot to really reach out to, because he's a Cubano.
Yes.
He's done a lot to reach out to the Mexican American community, and he's done a very good job of that. And I really know he's one of our. He's a friend of NHPO, a friend
Of course he is. I love him.
Orlando is
I love him.
I
I absolutely respect him.
But don't promote this guy, you know, and you know, because you're gonna get Manny right now. I had someone describe it today. He said the GOP is like the Titanic,
Yes.
with Trump at the helm, and it's going down.
It is.
You know, it's going down.
I don't think it'll go down completely, but it's going to take a hit for
You
sure.
know, and they brought it on themselves. The Tea Party, all this, I mean.
Which I was not a part of that.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
My disclaimer.
It's just crazy. And, you know, like I said, we have tried. We have tried to get people on here. I mean, everyone, we got all these Facebook warriors. They're great behind the keyboard.
Right.
But the minute, I mean, you know, a couple of entries into a conversation, they're always degrade
Right.
to name calling and you know, an insult.
Right.
And you know.
Even, okay, there's people that I've gone to prayer groups with, that I've sat and prayed with, right, that I love and that I know are truly on the path of, you know, being Christ-like, because I'm Christian. Well, even them. Okay, so let's say all this stuff that Trump said. I mean, all of it's disgusting and vile. You know, if anyone said that about your daughter, I'm sure you'd knock them in the teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone said that about my daughter, I'd grab a bat and I'd knock them in the teeth. So the one particular person that I love very much, I'm not going to name any names, but I mean, he's...
Would it be cool if we could start naming names?
Well, he's very prominent in the religious community. So yeah, it's not really good. But so I asked him on Facebook, I was just really kind of just like, what are you doing? And I asked him, I said, if someone said that to your daughter, you would react, you would do something. Why is it okay for him to say that about someone else's daughter?
Yeah.
I didn't get a response from him. Instead, all of his friends like attacked me and Hillary and Killary. And I said, I didn't ask about Hillary.
Yeah.
I asked about Hillary.
Yeah, they want to bring Bill into it. Hey man, Bill, last I looked, Bill ain't running for president, and Obama isn't running either.
No.
You know, they want everyone. They think that you know it's a triumvirate or something that's running for president, but you know, no, it's crazy.
One discussion that got really deep though, that I find very interesting with people who are, you know, on the religious right, and I say truly religious, not people who just say that they're Christian, but really, I mean, they really make an effort to be that person, was one of their biggest concerns, of course, are the Supreme Justice and that position, and the need to be pro-life is a bigger issue for them than all this other mess, right? So I started having this discussion with people, and one of the things that they said was, well, that's the only thing that matters to me. I don't care about anything else. I said, well, okay, well, let's talk about pro-life then. Because if you're truly pro-life, you should not just be pro-life on the abortion issue. You should also be pro-life in the death issue, death penalty.
Yeah.
You should not be...
I guess it's just all a matter of timing, huh?
Yeah, exactly, right? And then I said, and so, if you're really pro-life, and then why are you so pro-gun and killing people and death penalty? You're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
So then the question was, this was the question. If you had a choice of going pro-life or getting rid of the death penalty, which one would you choose? It's like, ooh, that was really, to me, like, that's not fair. That's not a fair. Yeah. But really, what would you do? What would you do if you got to choose of getting rid of the death, and you're pro-life, getting rid of the death penalty or getting rid of abortion?
I tell you, man, we could talk all day long on Trump, and we still want to try to get a educated, well-spoken Trump supporter in here, and they're just, they're very few and far between.
You don't see them on Fox. You don't see them on CNN. Where are you gonna find them?
Yeah.
The only
I only know of one.
The only hope you've got is Orlando Sanchez. I'm telling you, and I don't think he'll do it.
I don't think he'll do it either. And Cesar Rincon, but I talked to Cesar Rincon a couple of weeks ago, and I invited him on the show, and he couldn't because his I think his mother was having surgery, he couldn't do it. But I might touch base with him again. He's Cesar's a smart guy. I have nothing but respect for that.
Sure.
Cesar Rincon's he's a business consultant.
Sure.
He's a pillar of the Latino community. Well, man, Jacob Monty pulled his support of Trump. Jacob Monty was as hardline Republican as you can get, and he pulled his support. I was amazed at that. I really was, but man, all these other people on Facebook, that they will defend him till the end of time, and I just can't. I don't understand.
I'm trying. You can see that I'm trying, right? I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see some of those points. Because I think the best way for us to get along is to really understand someone's views and see where their heart's coming from, because that's really where it comes down to, is the emotion.
Yeah.
It's either fear, it's happiness, you're doing something for me or I'm doing something for you. So I'm trying to understand, because after the election...
And there has to be some kind of consensus. I mean, this gridlock has to stop. It's been there for 8 years. I don't see how President Obama was able to do what he did do,
right?
What he was able to do, because of all but
a lot of people are mad about.
We're not going to do it.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff he did was not good either. There was a lot of stuff that I don't agree with. Yeah. I mean, he left. He promised that he would look into the immigration reform for us.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Waited to the last minute.
I agree with you.
Waited to the last minute. Waited to the last minute to allow what's happened today. That's an issue for me. The other issue is the Affordable Care Act. I think that's outrageous. Small businesses are having a really hard time with that because they didn't make it affordable. They didn't make it accessible to everyone. It's still, you still have to have money in order to be even able to afford it, and that wasn't the deal. So I'm not happy with that. But his foreign policy, I think, was brilliant. Even though a lot of people say that it wasn't, I think it was brilliant. I think what he was able to accomplish in that was amazing. And I will say, they have been the most beautiful couple out of so many POTUS and FOTUS. FOTUS. There's been the elegance that they've brought to the White House has been absolutely beautiful, and how they've handled the racism, even in the White House. I don't think anyone or any other president has ever faced that.
You did a fantastic job, Elaine. I know in some of these posts, you've been in some of my Facebook orders. Some of these people, by going back and looking on their Facebook. This one, and we won't mention his name, he's a former. We used to work together.
Yes.
That he tries to act like he's he's an undecided voter, but you know he's lean. You know.
Oh no,
he's
you go to his
obviously
race,
Trump.
yeah.
And then you looked up and you found that he had called President Obama an ape or a
No,
monkey
he
or something?
actually he found a meme where they were transposed as apes.
As a chimp or something like that.
Yes, it was disgusting.
Yeah, I would have never known until you brought that up. You screenshot it and you put it on there, and
Well,
man.
and the bad thing is I screenshotted it and then I forgot about it because I had meant to and I don't know why him and I quit the cyber war all of a sudden, but
Oh, he knew he was licked. That's why.
but I didn't bring it up until he brought it up again because I didn't like him attacking you really.
Yeah. I loved it. We'd go back and forth. I loved him.
You did, but I didn't.
Because I always counter with
the
facts.
mother hen comes up.
I always counter with facts, and that's the worst thing that you could do to them because they can't. That's when they, one person that we knew that has the initials AM.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy. I mean, he descends into insults as soon as he knows he's licked. Insults and calling us sheep and
Yes.
and we're drinking the Kool-Aid and blah 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 and he accused me that eating donuts or something like that. I said, oh man, I can't wait to catch this guy.
I'm sure the audience is already like, there's way too many. They're talking in code now, which is really not fair. There's too much code.
Let's why don't we take a quick break? Is that good? Enrique, we'll take a quick break, just a couple. We're going to come back with Gloria Zendeno. We're going to start talking about Barrio Dogs. Okay, we think we spent too much time on Trump. But anyway,
I need some coffee.
But we'll come back in a couple of minutes, folks. Just stay with us. Thank you. We're back, folks, and we're here. We're going to be speaking with Ms. Gloria Zendeno of the Zendeno family.
Hey.
And she is with a great organization. And let's start at the beginning. We're going to start, it's Barrio Dogs.
That's correct.
Give us the lowdown on Barrio Dogs. How did it start? I know Norma was one of the original board of directors or something like that.
That's right, yeah.
Tell us about Barrio Dogs.
Well, how it all began is I'm a native Houstonian. I grew up right here in Greater East End, and I had moved away for a long time, and then I came back to the neighborhood, and I was horrified with the amount of homeless dogs, packs of dogs, dead dogs, dogs on chains, pregnant mamas. And then I'd drive to my really great job in the Galleria, and I'd see a totally different life over there. People walking their animals on leashes with little outfits and drinking their Starbucks. And I would come home and see these tragedies in our community every day. And so I couldn't believe that nobody was even saying anything about it or doing anything about it. And so I started looking into animal welfare groups, and there were a lot of them out there at that time. But most of them back then were purebred rescues like Labrador Rescue, Little Poodle Rescue. Nobody was really focusing on education. And so that's really how Barrio Dogs was born. Our big emphasis is education, community outreach. We get into the schools, elementary, middle school, high school, and our focus is Greater East End. And it's a family affair. My husband, Norma's brother, a drummer, band manager, and Norma, of course, we all started it together. And
what year, how old is
we're almost 7 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we were only into it 2 or 3 years when unfortunately we lost Norma to breast cancer. And so she wrote several songs for the organization, and we owe her so much because she really got our name out there. She She did a lot of fundraisers in the beginning. She got her name out there and her band, and they did a lot of events for us. So we've made a huge impact. Well, I say we've made a dent into the issue, but the problem is overwhelming. And it's not just in Greater East End. The city of Houston, unfortunately, has one of the largest stray animal population issues in the nation.
It does.
Wow.
So the city of Houston, I love the East End, but we definitely need to step up our game and really start addressing this issue, because as taxpayers, we're all paying money to have many animals killed in our shelter every day. And we need to turn that around through spay and neuter, prevention, education. I'm happy to say that we're working really closely with our council member, Cisneros. He's been really helpful. He brought Emancipet Houston here. Emancipet is an organization out in Austin that work together with their city leaders, top agencies like their city shelter in Austin, to try to reduce the overpopulation issue.
Now, what are the goals of Barrio Dogs?
It's mainly to educate our youth. We really want to plant the seed for the future generation. We also prevention, so less animals that end up on the street. So we also educate the residents about spay and neuter your pet. Do not chain up your animal, because it's really cruel, and actually it's against the law. And to the leash laws. There is a leash law in the city of Houston, so your animals should not be roaming in the streets. So when we do our big spay and neuter initiatives, we'll set up in a school, community center, somewhere in the East End. We'll sign up residents for free spay neuter vaccinations, which all are funded by Barrio Dogs. And all we ask in return is they educate their children, their neighbors, their relatives, their community.
So you have events where you spay and neuter?
We don't actually do the spay and neutering. We partner with local veterinarians, and we work really closely with Emancipet, who Gallegos brought here, that's opening up a new clinic on Wayside. And we work with Gulfgate Animal Hospital and Long Drive.
Gallegos.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we owe him a lot.
Robert's a good man.
Yes, he
Yes.
is.
Robert's a good man. Yeah.
And so how many dogs do you guys service every year?
Well, we have to date spayed and neutered almost 3,000 animals from the community.
This year?
No, to date.
Oh, to date.
So almost 7 years we've been doing this. And like I said, we definitely have put in a dent, but the problem is huge, and these animals keep reproducing, and people don't understand that a dog could have 12 puppies, and then those puppies have more puppies, and it's just a vicious cycle. And so that's why we really try to get to the root of the problem. I also want to mention that we use some of the dogs that we actually rescue, because we claim that we're not a rescue group, but we have rescued many street dogs that we have adopted out. Some of the dogs we keep in our education programs and our therapy programs, in addition to visiting schools and talking to the kids about this particular dog and where they were, how they started in a bad condition and where they are now.
Sure.
We also take them to senior homes, hospitals, and we work with these dogs, and they give back to the community.
Sure. Well, during last year's campaign, I did a lot of block walking in Denver Harbor, and that was one of the biggest issues with the residents, was the amount of animals. And actually, we there was a couple times we're walking and there's packs of dogs, and they size you up.
It's a safety
Yeah,
issue. It's a health issue, and it's a quality of life concern for so many residents.
Right. And I don't know how. And I did see many dogs chained up, and most of the ones that were chained up were, some of the more aggressive breeds.
I guarantee you, they're more aggressive because they're chained up.
Yeah, because they're chained up. Absolutely, I totally agree. They need that love. They need the attention. Especially an aggressive breed needs lots of exercise.
Right. So
it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. So how are you holding the council members to the fire? Like I know council woman Carla Cisneros she's wonderful, and I know she cares, and I know that was one of the things that she got a lot of feedback from. But what do you do? What are you doing to hold them to their promises?
Right. So I'm glad you mentioned her. Barrio Dogs also has a sister organization called Unity for a Solution, where we're trying to work closer with the city to bring in more free and low-cost spay and neuter, and also an education component. And just raise awareness about this issue. We need a big citywide campaign because many Houstonians have no idea that we even have this problem.
Right.
I mean, I work for a big corporation in Houston. They have no idea. They're clueless. So Cisneros and Unity for Solution are working on a big citywide event. It's going to be called Big Fix Houston, and it'll be in the month of February 2017, and it'll be in conjunction with World Spay Day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so there's going to be a big kickoff, February 11th, 2017. Awesome. Gallegos Cisneros, the mayor, will be behind it, and the goal is to try to spay and neuter and educate as many Houstonians as we possibly can. So that's coming up, and we're working really closely with Cisneros on that.
I think that's wonderful.
When is that? When does that happen?
February 11th, 2017. There'll be a big, it's going to be called Big Fix Houston, and they'll have like a big media press conference day, and it'll kick off the event. And then everybody in the city, we hope, I know Unity for Solution is going to be working on it, Bark, Emancipate, SNAP, SPCA, we're going to try to spay and neuter as many pets as we possibly can in the city of Houston.
So what are when you're raising funds, I'm sure you depend on corporations like you said, what are your yearly goals and how do you accomplish that? I'm just taking over this.
No, go ahead. Hey, that's okay. I'm cool. I was going to take a nap. That's all right.
Sorry.
Y'all want to swap seats?
Go ahead, Elaine. I'm cool. I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, we try to get to the root of the problem. So we try to visit as many schools as we possibly can because we feel like investing in our youth is really going to give us the biggest buck. We are all volunteers, though. I have a full-time job. I do this in my spare time, and I'm fortunate to have like a handful of other East Enders that feel the same way because they see all the homeless dogs, they care about the community, and they want to help and to do the same. So we average about 2 schools a month where we might do one classroom size or a big auditorium size. We work really close with Yes Prep, KIP, Land Trip, Cage, all the East End schools. Sure. But we've been doing some work in North Side, and we did a great event for at Sherman Elementary for 150 students, and Cisneros was there. And it's really rewarding to impact that many children at one time. I mean, you could spay and neuter a dog, and you can rescue a dog, and we might spend $500, or more on saving one dog, and we do a lot of that. But to invest in that many students is going to give us so much more back in the future. So.
Wow. Well, that's a great organization.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Thank you.
And how many members are in your organization?
We have 12 board members, and we range from maybe. Our volunteers kind of come and go, but we have a core staff of volunteers that are pretty dedicated. That's like a handful. And I want to mention about Norma, again, I mean, without her, we wouldn't have been able to really get ourselves out there and in front of the community. And unfortunately, we lost her to breast cancer, but we're working on a statue project for her that will be at the Brown Foundation Plaza on Harrisburg. It's going to be a life-size statue of her
awesome.
With her guitar and a barrio dog at the foot of her leg. Because, and we're also going to have a plaque for my father-in-law because he was a big part of the community as well. So that's happening. We're doing a fundraiser September 9th, 2017 at Rockefeller Hall, and that'll be the first kind of gala fundraiser for her sculpture.
What was the date again?
September 9th, 2017.
Right.
And her birthday remembrance, we do her birthday every year at Sambuca because Centenos are still performing. So June 22nd, 2017, her birthday remembrance that year will be also a fundraiser. Yeah, so we have the location, which is huge, and we owe the East End Management District for that. Because we didn't have to come up with like a proposal and go in front of City Council and then the permitting, and they just gave us the space.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but the Talento Bilingüe de Houston in the East End is a wonderful theater.
Yeah.
I want to put the plug in for that.
Okay.
Because they could always, of course, they're into the community. If you guys are ever interested, I really feel like you guys need to talk to their executive director. I really don't remember his name, but you definitely.
A very handsome fellow, from what I understand.
That's what his wife says. Yes.
We're always ready to
Yeah.
do. We did. I think last year, I believe, not this past September, but on her birthday, we did something with the Zendeno.
I think you
Right.
did. I remember
And they
you
did
did.
her
Yes.
greatest hits or whatever. we
Right.
did. Oh, that was fantastic, man. That was beautiful songs.
yeah.
I mean, my favorite is in Dulceme, I think. Oh, that was a fantastic
yeah.
song. Man,
Yeah.
it just really gets you going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So it's
Beautiful.
great.
She was so talented. People don't really realize.
And I remember
how
Roberto.
talented she
I remember the dad. I remember he did a couple of my friends' weddings
Did
back
he?
in the day. Yeah, back when I was in college, and we all started getting married. He did a couple of weddings. He was a fantastic musician himself. Great.
Well, a very extremely talented family, and of course, your hearts are definitely in the right place. I always tell people you shouldn't judge people's success by the amount of money that they have in their bank account.
Oh, no,
but by
absolutely.
what they're doing for their community.
Yes.
And you guys
Absolutely.
are certainly doing that. So I just really commend you for
Thank you.
Zendeno's great family, and they still play every
Thursday
night
at Sambuca, and
You'll catch Mary Clausen there. She's
Yes.
there every Thursday.
Oh, she
love Mary.
promotes it every single time.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah,
and the Zendenos are always performing for Barrio Dog fundraisers.
Oh, that's
that's good to know.
yeah.
So, and anything else on the horizon for Barrio Dogs? What can we tell the people out there now if they want to get involved?
If you want to get involved, please go to our website, Barrio Dogs. That's BARRIODOGS.org, and we have an events tab where you can see all the events coming up. We've got the last concert pub will be there November 20th for a fundraiser, and also November 12th, Advantage BMW is hosting an event for us, and
Oh,
the
wonderful.
Zendenos are going to be performing.
That's
So yeah,
wonderful.
we'll be promoting that really soon. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those social media outlets. So please come and like us and keep up with all our events. We do a lot of community events too. And make sure you pencil in the big
Oh, hey,
Fix
whenever
Houston.
you guys need to promote anything, if you got, please check with it. We'd love to have
Yes.
you back
Well,
on
thank
the show.
you.
And I know that Zenenos, we've had them on before. We'd love having them on.
Yeah, as it gets closer to the statue project, I would love to bring
absolutely.
Javier on, and
Yeah.
they can talk about
Yeah.
their sister.
Oh,
Wonderful.
absolutely, yeah. She was such a great. She was an asset to the community, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we really miss her.
Oh,
But
thank
the Zendenos a great family.
They are.
Yeah. Great family. Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with our next guest. We should be back in a couple minutes. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Latino Talk TV, and we have some very special guests with us for this next segment. Miss Kelly Kronfeld.
Yes, sir.
And of course, the godfather of the East End, John Virden. John, thank you for being here. It's always great to have John here. John always has some great things to say. And now we're gonna talk about some of the charitable things going on in the East End, and especially with art programs and art functions like that, right? So what do you got going on, Kelly?
So, well, I landed here because of a fundraiser for Shoes for Kids. So with Christina Morales, and that was actually how I met John. And then I found out about...
Now that was Yolanda Navarro's Black Oak.
Yes,
project, right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, she did that for years. Yes, absolutely.
And so
Carrying it forward.
Yeah, and I was actually contacted by the East End Chamber to do the event. And so they brought me in to do that. And then I found out about this world that I didn't even know existed, and I got so excited. I just thought, wow, this is a great place to put my feet and be able to do fundraising and bring art to the whole community. There's already a wonderful art structure going on there, and I just thought that would be a great way to be able to do that. So I was able to donate to the auction that y'all had.
For the East End
For
Foundation.
the East End Foundation. And so what I'd like to do is be able to do more, have more opportunities like that.
Well, that's great, Kelly. That's great. So what's on the horizon? What do you got coming up?
So as far as actual events, fundraising events, we don't actually have anything as from an art standpoint on the horizon, but it would be something that I would like to put on the calendar.
Yeah.
Sure.
I work with several other organizations for nonprofits, and I know Gloria was mentioning breast cancer with Norma. I sit on a breast cancer foundation board, and we have an event coming up in 2 weeks over in the Galleria area. But one of the benefits of that organization is that we actually, everything that we do goes straight back to research. We don't, it's all volunteer, and just like Gloria was saying, that we can do fundraising events where we're giving the money right back, and it's going right back into research. So,
But Kelly, you really haven't said what it is that you do,
No.
right? And how we met.
Who are you?
But you are familiar with like paint and peignoir and things like that, where you paint and have glasses of wine. So that was the fundraiser that she had.
Sure.
She was the artist coordinating it for Yolanda Black Navarro, hosted by Christina Morales.
Ooh, let's talk about your art.
And she's mobile, so it's not that you have to go to a facility to have something, but she can bring the sip and paint function to whatever venue you have, and that's her uniqueness, I think.
I like to sip and
Right.
paint.
That's when I realized I couldn't.
I like to sip.
Well,
That's
you know,
okay.
the more
We
you
need
sip,
people
the better you
we
paint.
need people to watch too. We need cheerleaders.
Yes.
That's what I became.
Yes.
Cheerleader.
So describe your kind of art. What is your favorite type of art? What do you?
So my particular art that if I have my artwork out there, it's more contemporary, abstract, mixed media, collage. I do commission work with a little more realistic, but that's not really what I like to do. So as a matter of fact, I was just at the Bayou City Arts Festival this weekend and got a ton of ideas, ready to get back in my studio and paint some things and try out some new mediums. I was talking to some different artists about, oh, well, how do you do this? And how do you get this texture? And did you get this colors? And what did you use for this? And so that was fun.
So who inspired you the most?
That's a good question. One of the artists that I really, really like his work is actually Gustav Klimt. And I think the reason that I like it is because I like the patterns, and I like that he uses gold in a lot of his pieces. And a lot of my artwork, well, pretty much all of my artwork has some sparkle to it.
Yay.
If it's not sparkly, then it's not fun.
I don't want to show up, but I knew who that was, Gustav Klimt. I've heard of him.
Well, you should know.
Yeah.
You should know.
That's great. Yeah, I should. I mean, I only run art galleries. So.
Right.
So
But that's wonderful. And then, is there any other things that you like in the artistic realm of art? you do that. And if you were to go out and buy a piece of art yourself, I mean, who would it be here regionally? Let's say regionally, because maybe not locally. Anyone regionally that you look up to?
I don't necessarily have one person, or I'm not. Art history wasn't really my forte. I memorized what I needed to know for the test, and then I forgot about it.
Sure.
But I also
I got me through 4 years of college.
But I was also a teacher for 15 years,
really?
so I can relate to my students who can't do the memorizing and that whole thing. So I really, to me, it's that, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Sure.
It's the things that you like. When I was walking around this weekend, you know, I was of course drawn to the mixed media stuff because that's what
Sure.
I like, and so there wasn't one in particular. I know that's not like a great answer, but
No, that's okay.
I like a variety. I don't necessarily like to stick to one or the other. And my taste changed a little bit. I noticed over time is, you know, where I might find one thing that I'm really drawn to, maybe the next year, not so much. It just.
Well, I think you'll find that in some artists' work as well.
Yes.
As they progress from
Sure.
decade to decade, it may become one piece of work versus, you know, from light to dark or whatever they're experiencing in that point
That's
in their life,
interesting.
right?
Well, John, I tell you, there's a lot of collaborations going on in the East End as far as art. I know that the East End Foundation has gotten.
We got a $10,000 grant from the city to put on the. You just had Amy Den here last week or the week before,
Amy, yeah,
talking about the
fantastic
Wicked
young lady.
East End Music
Yeah.
Showcase, which is coming up on the 22nd,
Yeah.
along with a few other events. There are a lot of great things happening in the East End,
There
and I had to
are.
write them down.
I love the East.
Can I go through a few?
Sure, absolutely.
October 14th, this Friday, the East End Chamber celebration, which I think is the 25th year of the Chamber. That's going on Friday night, and we've been having an East End Street Festival on Navigation for many years, and that's always a huge event. That will
I'm
be
gonna
this
have a booth
Saturday, and
Cool.
you'll have a booth. On the 21st, it will be the Wicked East End kickoff on the Esplanade, and it is for any vendors who want to set up. It is complimentary that evening, whether it's artist or whatever. Just
how nice.
reach out to us. And then the 22nd, it's an all-day night event with the music festival. Also the 22nd, of course, is the Association for the Advancement of Mexican Americans Gala. And the 22nd is a busy, busy day.
is.
There's a lot going on. I love October. It's just so busy. And then the 27th, I've got to give a plug out for the Death by Chocolate
Of course.
that Christina Morales will be having at the Morales
Yes, at
Funeral
the
Home
Morales Funeral Home.
to benefit Yolanda Black Navarro's Shoes for Kids, which is always a fantastic. It's the third year going, and it gets better every year.
What a
I
great.
tell you, there are a lot of
And that's
great,
just in the next few weeks.
yeah, there's a lot of great art projects going on. The Hugh Mural Festival. That
Yes.
I mean, a project that starts. It's coming Saturday.
Isn't Gonzo doing TBH?
Gonzo's doing TBH.
Like 4 murals, I think, right?
Yeah,
Or
we're going to
something?
be doing the whole Jensen side, the back side, which is on the bio side, part of the front, and the roof of the four sides of the theater, which is kind of, you know, it was added on after they put the theater there at TBH. And you can see that from the freeway. So we're going to do something special.
So when is that happening? Because that's going to be a great
that starts
event.
Saturday. And
This Saturday.
Yeah, it starts this Saturday, and they're going to go all week. They'll be painting all week. If I understand, they're bringing in like 70 muralists from around
That's
Latin
awesome.
America.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have Gonzo in
So
the
that's
community.
pretty cool. I'm really looking forward.
And
to that.
TBH had a great event.
Yeah,
this
that's
past
awesome.
weekend.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
Friday night. Yeah, I want to thank Elaine. She was a really big part of that. She really came in and really helped us out. We, of course, all our volunteers, but Elaine really came in and really helped us out with the project. We had the
Did a little bit.
the TBH Ola Gala, and we honored Pepe Serna.
Yes.
And if you don't know who Pepe Serna is, look at Scarface. The guy that gets cut up in the shower, that's
Yes.
Pepe Serna. He has did over 100 movies, over
Yes.
300
That was
shows.
a great event.
And we gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award. He's such a great guy.
The mayor came.
The mayor
Was there, yeah. Carla Cisneros and her husband Tim were there. They were honorary chairs for the event, so it was fantastic.
Really nice.
It was a great show.
You guys did a great job.
Well, there's always room to do better, so we're getting bigger and better next year.
That's right.
So who we give a Lifetime Achievement Award to next year, we'll have to see.
There's so many to choose from, though. Really,
Yeah,
I mean, because we just haven't done that enough, right? We haven't praised our artists enough in this city, and we need to.
And it amazes me being at TBH. I mean, man, there are some fantastic artists around this state.
Yes, there are.
Well, I think Mayor Turner is, from his last talks about when he was doing the Hispanic Heritage Award. I mean, he's wanting to not just celebrate Hispanics in 1 month, but have Hispanic art throughout the city throughout the year.
Yeah. And that makes sense.
That's where the Houston came from, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The East End.
They just repainted the Franklin Street tunnel.
No.
Yeah, they just
I meant to
finished
go
that
through
last
there.
weekend.
Did
Yeah,
they?
I mean, it's the same style. They just refurbished all the colors.
Right.
But it's great. It's great to see that.
Good.
I know we're probably everybody's getting ready for the Super Bowl, so.
Well, of course, but the East End should benefit from that. I mean, if money's going to get poured into the city, why not?
Oh, absolutely.
It's close.
Absolutely.
It's close by, and
The West Side has gotten its share.
it has. And Heights
It's our
has gotten
time.
its
Yeah.
share.
It's our time.
Yeah,
It is. It is
Absolutely.
East End. It's time. I agree.
Yeah. And John, let me ask you, how's the Myth Cafe doing?
Myth Cafe's doing good. We could always use more business, of course.
Of course, who can?
I didn't mention it, but it is on my list because I didn't want to self-promote.
Oh, you should do it.
All right, October 19th. They can edit if they would like.
Let me give a
It's
plug
live,
for you.
Yes.
They have the best Greek salad I've ever tasted.
You know what?
Fantastic Greek salad.
I think you might have catered our daughter's graduation.
Yes.
You sure did.
That's your
Fantastic
daughter.
Greek salad.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Man.
Yeah, she graduated
It is
with her
so
master's
good.
degree.
She chose not to go to a major competitor because we were very small and local. That was nice. Yes.
But that was great.
But no, we were voted as a finalist for the Gayest and Greatest Mediterranean and Greek restaurant in Outsmart
Wonderful.
Magazine. So there will be a celebration at Rich's nightclub on October 19th. Everyone, please come.
Riches
Love
is
it.
still around?
Rich's has
New owners.
Really?
Actually, a
they've
good
gone
friend
back-
of mine.
has gone back to the
She's
roots.
doing a great job.
Really?
That's
Yes.
wonderful.
It is
Yeah.
wonderful.
They
Oh
really
man,
are.
I can tell you-
Congratulations.
Remind me
Yeah.
to give you a story about my Rich's story. It was
Everyone's
great.
got a Rich's story.
Everybody has a Rich's story. It was great. That was such a fun place to
So
go.
yeah, it's back and going strong.
Yeah.
Is this its original location?
San Jacinto, yeah.
Really? Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I
So
gotta
if you
make a
guys
trip.
can make it, come October
Yeah.
19th for the celebration with Outsmart Magazine.
I might just do that.
Yeah.
I think that was an official invitation. I
Be my
think
date.
I'm gonna go.
Be my date, Elaine. So
Okay.
That way I'll be safe.
And then Oscar can be Pat's.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's
okay.
a great place. It's a fun
It is
place.
You
to
are-
always
you-
been a fun place.
You have such a charismatic personality. Everybody loves you. Did you know that?
Oh, a few people don't love me.
That's not what you.
We won't go into that.
I love you.
But thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But you know what? There are so many great things going on in the East End that if I can just make a plug for any viewers to go to eastendhouston.com. And it's a collaborative website for the Greater East End Management District, the East End Foundation, the
There's some great people
East End
getting
Chamber
together.
of Commerce
Really just
that
some great
put
collaborations
together
going on in the East End.
Edo, and we
Absolutely,
all
yeah.
we've all contributed to this website to try to cross promote different events and things, and it's go visit.
Yeah. I mean, the East End Chamber, the East End Foundation. Oh man, there's some great collaborations going on here.
That's a
Going
really
on
good
in the
idea.
East End. Fantastic. It's great. You know what? We're kind of winding down, but I wanted to talk to you for a little bit, Elaine. Now you just got through probably what you've been chair of the National Hispanic Professional Organization for what 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, 3. Well, 2.5 months.
And right before the gala, they
Yes.
dropped you in the grease.
They did.
I think Sonia Rivera did that to you on purpose.
I think she did too. She planned it really well. She's really strategic. Yes.
Sonia
I'm not
Rivera
complaining,
she resigned as chair to become national chair.
Yes, national president.
National president, excuse me. Yeah.
Yes.
National president. So yeah, that's good. That's great.
Yeah,
Sonia
because I
Rivera.
wasn't expected to be chair until another 1.5 years.
Yeah, right.
So that was going to give me 1.5 years of, preparing mentally, with my schedule and everything that I have going on.
You're never
So
ready for stuff like
yeah.
that.
and right before the gala, so it was. I think I posted the other day. I actually had a moment the other day. Yesterday was it? I just started crying because finally it was like, okay, finally we're done.
Your gala was what, about 3 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
About 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I wonder that was a very well attended event.
It was.
It was a very well attended event.
It was. We were so fortunate to have Mayor Turner there.
Yeah.
We had the district attorney there. We had
man,
Mike
just
Sullivan.
about every judge was there.
Every judge
running for office was there.
Of course, TBH was there, and
Yeah.
that was exciting. Yvette Maya was there.
Yvette, yeah.
So we had a slew of very prominent Houstonians there, and we raised money. We actually got a comma check in our bank account. So
Wow, that's cool.
Yes, I think that's
Very
the first
cool.
time in
in quite a few years, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, quite
yes.
a few years. It
So-
actually made a little money, so that's fantastic.
So we have big plans, and we just did voters registration at TBH
That's
this
right.
past Sunday.
Did this past Saturday. That's right. Yeah.
We gave away some bikes and we gave hot dogs away. We just want people from the East End to come in and vote. During the election last year, it wasn't the East End that voted. It was
They
yeah.
can make a difference if they go vote.
exactly
They can make a huge
difference.
Huge.
And so
46% of the demographics are Hispanic,
Wow.
and
yeah.
not
Right.
many. Not many.
That's right.
Vote.
And we need a vote better than 7-8%.
right, and
So what else? Real quick. I know when is NHPO's monthly mixer? It's on Wednesdays, right?
it's the first Wednesday of every month.
Wednesday every month.
Yeah, and the next one is La Cuchara
La Cuchara in
Fairview?
Midtown.
in Midtown.
Fairview. That's
Yes.
right. Yeah, that's a good place.
It's a great place. They have great food. It's
Yeah.
really, really cool looking
Man, they're
vibe.
telling me I gotta start wrapping up, man. I tell you, this thing.
That's
thing-
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But one thing I want to talk about real quick that we're about to
Wrap up, hurry,
I know.
quick.
October 24th, we're going to start our viral vote thing on Facebook. We're going to challenge people. Like the ALS thing.
10 seconds.
So go vote. You're going to have your sticker. Get online and start challenging other people to vote.
Folks, thank you. I'm sorry, but that's all the time we have. We'll see you next week here on Latino Talk TV from Buto HMS Studios. We'll see you in 7 days. Bye-bye.